on this computer. Okay, there it is. Welcome to class, everybody. Okay. All right. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody? Good. This is Jack. Jack, Jen, Jack. Any more J's? That'd be fun. Jack's been doing Pilates for years now, right? You're in third year? Awesome. You're in that original spot with us. So, okay, I'm on a kick this week. So if you've taken class with me in this week already, it'll be some repetitiveness, but this kind of stuff repeating is good for you. It's good stuff because you'll be getting your muscles to feel it. And then if you can practice it every single day that you're not here, that'd be awesome. Okay. That would be really, really good. There you go. A little squidgy. Did not grab enough. Okay, I'm grabbing squidgies, Connie, as well. You can either have a squidgy or imagine squidgy. It works better if you'll feel it more if you have something to pull into. There you go, Jack. There you go. Okay, so we'll get started. So the first thing we'll have you do is just sit comfortably and grab your bands. Tiffany reminded me of this in the photo shoot. And I was like, I love using the bands to teach breathing. So that's what we're using this for. I should take my zipper off to keep the band safe. Okay, make it as wide as possible. So you don't want it digging into your skin, into your bones. So it's got as much surface area as possible. And it's essentially like you're gift wrapping your chest. Okay, so it's not down at your belly button. It's pretty high. And you're just, again, sitting as comfortably as you can, whether that's straight or bent legged, it's up to you. And you grab underhand. You got it, Nancy. Good. All right. Inhale and press the band to me. As you exhale, knit your ribs, deepening your ribs into the band. And then no breath as you bend your elbows. Okay. So it's an inhale into your back. We pull the band to bring awareness there. Exhale, knit your ribs, feel the ribs deepening into the band. Good, and then no breath as you bend your elbows. Nice. Inhale into your back. This time I let you fern curl. Exhale as you fern curl, holding the band away from you. Good, no breath, bend your elbows, lift your head. And again, inhale, press. On the exhale, we fern curl. Squeeze every drop of air out of your lungs. Good. No breath, bend. Release for a minute. If you have legs crossed, switch which one's on top. Yes. It's like, I'm in a foreign land. Where am I? It's still in your body. It's just weird, right? Okay, so same breath pattern. This time we fern curl on the breath in. So inhale. Press to me. As you exhale, deepen the abs and plug your shoulders into the curl. Then no breath, bend your elbows, lift your head. Inhale, fern curl. Stay there, exhale, plug your shoulders and deepen the ribs. That's all happening, that's all happening. Good, no breath, you bend your elbows. Two more, re-inhale, fern curl, lift out of the low back. As you breathe out, you knit your ribs deeper and plug your shoulders actively. Wow, good. No breath, bend in. One more time, we go. Inhale, fern curl. As you exhale, deepen your ribs. You should feel that and then plug your shoulders. Two, good, one. And then no breath, stack up. You can breathe normally. Hold on to this as best as you can. Lie down and then place the ball between your thighs. You can let the band go to the side for now. We'll use that in a moment. All right, so thighs are parallel, feet flat, hip socket distance, kind of important. I'm just going to tell you, I'll know if you're cheating if you bring your feet wider, okay? So keep your feet hip socket distance, okay? As you exhale, press on the inside of the foot line, and you'll feel how you hug the ball a little bit more. And then release that. Exhale, hug on the inside of the foot, and you'll feel how you hug the ball. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug the inside of the foot down. You'll feel how you hug the ball. Now keep the inside of your foot connected to the mat. Wrap your thighs out, taking pressure off the ball. but keeping energy on the inside of the foot. I need both, okay? And then you can release. Big inhale. Jack, I'll have you separate your feet a smidge. Good. Exhale, push down on the inside of the foot. You'll hug the ball to start. Now you keep pressing on the inside of the foot, and then you wrap the thighs. The sensation here is space for the groin, okay? And then release that engagement. Exhale, push down on the inside of the foot. The toes are all stretched like we take them and we're pulling them towards Cameron. Good. Now keep the energy there and then try to wrap the femurs. You'll feel space, hopefully in the hip socket and the pelvis area. Good. And release. Let's do one more cue like that. Exhale, press down inside. You'll feel the hug. And then hold that hug with the inside of the foot, but try to wrap the thighs. Okay, good. And then you kind of release that connection. Now grab your band and you're going to gift wrap your chest. You're going to cross the band. Have you all propped up? Won't look weird at all. Okay, so you're wrapping. Now cross and then do that same underhand grab. And you can grab towards the ends of the band because I know it's pretty. I say that, and if you want to choke up and need more, please do. But it's pretty strong band. So, okay. So breathe in, press the insides of the feet down. As you exhale, wrap the thighs and press the band to the ceiling. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Inhale, bend your elbows. As you exhale, press into the band. So you're going to push to the ceiling. Good. Now pull your ribs into the band in the back. Yeah. Inhale, bend your elbows, pressing insides of the feet down. Exhale, press through the band and wrap the thighs. Let the pelvis drop. There you go. Good. Inhale. Exhale, it's a lot at once. Exhale, press the insides of the feet, knit the ribs. 2, wrap your thighs. 1. Good. Bend your elbows and switch which band is on top. And I think for you, Nancy, length of arm, choke up on it a little bit more. Yeah, ignore everything I said about grabbing the ends. I realize some of you have to choke up based on length. So Jack, grab underhand. So it's going to be like this. There you go. Okay. This time, inhale, press the band. And then as you exhale, stay there, knit your ribs and plug your shoulder blades. So reach those arms as straight as you can. There you go, knitting the ribs into the mat. No breath, bend your elbows. Big inhale. Oh, I lied. Inhale, press. Yeah, and then exhale, knit your ribs deeply and plug your shoulders. 2. Can you add the wrap and the hug? 1. Bend your elbows, no breath. Inhale, press the arms. Exhale, knit your ribs, wrap the thighs, inside of the foot connected. No breath, bend. Nice. One more, inhale, press. You fill up your ribs in the back. Welcome to your back body. Exhale, knit your ribs and plug. Wrap the thighs, connect the inside of the foot. 2 and 1 and release. Hey, very nice work. You can just let the band go off to the side. Okay. Sit yourself up and legit put the band off to the side for now. You're going to set up another 2 prop combo. Inside of the heel gets squidgy and inside of the thigh gets the ball. Okay. Then you all, before you lie down, grab your own fist, put it between the balls of your feet and say, you don't have to say this out loud. I'm just assuming, you know, okay, I'm going to keep this space. Okay, it's like an oath, like a, I don't know, something like that. Okay, yes, exactly. I will keep my space. All right, now you lie down, arms by your side. Okay, now you can't see your feet anymore. The brain's an amazing thing. It'll be like, what was the space we had? But just try to create that fist distance and don't lose it. Now, we squeeze squidgy like crazy. The heels love each other. At the same time, you're wrapping your thighs away from each other, keeping that space you just promised 2 seconds ago. Okay, release those connections. Big inhale. Exhale, squeeze, squidgy like you mean it. Then wrap your thighs, taking pressure off the ball. Like I literally want less pressure on that ball. And then you're keeping the space in your feet. I'm loving this. One more. Release your engagements. It won't look different to me, but you'll feel it. Exhale, squeeze, squidgy. Keep your fist distance, Jen. I'm holding you to it. Lynn, flex your toes off the mat. Yes. All right, everybody. Chin to chest, fern curl, pulling in to where the band just was. Take a big inhale, float the arms up to the ceiling. As you exhale, three things. You press the arms, you deepen your ribs, and you connect all the leg stuff. I'm making that one cue. Okay. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, press, squeeze, squidgy, and wrap those thighs, Lynn. Get that pressure off the ball. Good. Keeping the space. One more. Inhale. Exhale, drop your tail feathers as you press, plugging your shoulders too. Beautiful. Unfurl. Press the palms down, unfurl the spine. Release. Good. Arms to the ceiling. We do it one more time. Squeeze, squidgy, and wrap your thighs. Get that pressure completely off the ball without changing the space between your toes. Now press the palms down and fern curl deeply into yourself. Float the legs up and begin pumping vigorously. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, squeeze, squidgy. Good, good. Breathe in. Bend these knees way in towards you. Pull these legs till you run it. These legs. Get them to my hand. Get them to my hand. There you go. And then exhale, curling deeper. Yeah. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, pull these legs towards my hand. Good. Now bend your knees more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze here and wrap the thighs. Yes. Last two. Go left and go right. Exhale, drop your tail feathers and pull that navel deep. One more big inhale. Exhale, 3. Plugging the shoulders, 2. Plugging the shoulders, 1. Lower the legs, lower the head and shoulders, and press your head back. Welcome to your abs. Yay. Okay, you can take all the props out for a moment. Yeah, squidgy. I'm going to do a rock band song for our next video with Thelma May. Okay, go ahead and sit yourself up. Bring yourself all the way up. Okay, we're going to play with two props again. Ball to the side. Squidgy gets set up between the heels, and you wrap the band around the ball of your foot. The ball of your feet, plural. Do both. Note to self when using the band, obviously, not to be patronizing, but it's an obvious thing, right? Like, don't let go of the band. Okay, and the more surface area you have, the less you're likely to hit yourself in the face. It's great. Okay, so you got a couple things going on that we're carrying from the last exercise. You've got your fist distance, you've got squidge, you've got a little bit of a choking on the band. Okay, now lift out of your low back, squeeze squidgy, and wrap your thighs wider and lift out of that low back. Like, brings your pelvis forward. Good. As you exhale, you press your heels, lengthening the arms and lowering just to the base of the ribs. Now hold. Press your heels down into the mat. Squeeze squidgy and wrap the thighs not from the foot, but from up on the top of the femur. Now keep the arms straight and start to curl up without your heels lifting. The legs stay straight this time. Legs stay straight. At the top, you can bend your knees, bend your elbows, and lift. Breathe out. Yeah, also don't let go so it doesn't hit me. Okay. Take a nice big, it's actually kind of scary to watch this while you're doing it, and it's so close, right? Like, oh my God. Okay, I trust you, Nancy. Okay, so you squeeze, you create space. The wrap, when your knees are bent, you're going to feel like it's happening below the knee. It's happening here. In fact, let's do this. Bring the band to the outside of the thighs so you can feel that. Press the thighs into the band. Yeah. Now we press. Now we roll. Lengthening with that wrap. Still squeeze and squidge though. And then your arms lengthen. You get to the base of the ribs. This time I'll let you go all the way down. Widen your collarbones. Press your head back. Now, fern curl, chin to chest. As we exhale, our arms stay straight. We squeeze, we wrap from way up here, and then we roll. Keep lengthening, keep lengthening. At the top, when there's no more tension, you can bend your knees, bend your elbows, and lift. Good news, you get one more with all this support, okay? It's a gift. This is a gift. Bend your knees. Bend your knees a little more, Jen, so you can, yeah, start with that bent knee. Now, wrap your thighs so you press into the band. You want to feel that while you squeeze squidge. Good. Exhale, pull your abs in and go back just to the base of the ribs as you press through the heels. Connie, you look awesome. You also don't let go of that band. Get to the base of the rib and then hold. Can everyone in the room lengthen their femurs through their feet, keeping the heels pressing? Unfurl, lower the shoulders and the head down. Recognize this is standing position. Arms stay straight. Chin to chest, big inhale into the back. Here we go. Exhale, arms stay straight and your spine changes its shape. Good squeeze, a squidgy. Keep your V, Jen. Wrap those thighs too. You can bend the elbows and knees at the top. I said, Jack, breathing through, it's going to help. Now, with grace and thoughtfulness, straighten the arms and let go of the band, but keep squidgy. Good. Lift up. And you exhale, go back to the mat. The heels reach to me and you wrap from way up here so that your glutes are part of the symphony. Good. All the way down, arms to the ceiling. Lift the head and shoulders. Hold. Everyone in the room. So Jen, right there. You promised. You promised. There we go. Okay, keep the wrap. Now, Cameron, lengthen your femurs out of your feet. Yeah, that's you giving space. Keep squeezing squidgy, Lynn. You too, you promised. Now roll up, breathe out. 3, don't fling it, Nancy. You've got strength just from your center. There it is. You can use the floor. It's just like using the force. Inhale, lift. Now this time you get to go forward. Drop the chin. Press your hands forward like you're pulling or pushing the band. And pull your ribs back as if you have the band behind you. Now go back to the mat for 4. Squeeze and squidgy. 3. Good. Pulling the abs. Reach those femurs, Cameron, as best you can too. All the way down. Jack, again, better. This is awesome. I'll give you that. Squeeze with the insides, not the bottoms. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders. Good news, it's the last one. Find your connections. Hold there, Sarah. You lengthen your femurs as well. Yeah. And then breathe out. Come on up. Push into your imaginary band. At the feet and the hands. It's awesome. Inhale, exhale, stretch in opposition. Good. Yeah, I was just going to say, and hug the midline, really hug your hands towards into my fingers, like try to knock me out of the way. Good. And now go back to the mat. Keep hugging me. Good. And plugging those shoulders. 2. Good. Doing your promise test. Yes. Okay. I'm coming around. You promised. Yes. You held your promise. Appreciate you being people of your word. Okay, you can take little squidgy out. Okay. I want you to sit up. We're going to do one more kind of stretch forward again. The image that popped in this week, my daughter has like 300 of these, the slap bracelets. You ever see them? They're literally metal. Don't ever open them. It's like sharp metal death. But inside, on the outside, it's soft. You hit your wrist and the thing coils around your wrist and it just coils around it. It's really, really fun. And that's the image I want you to think of your rib cage. Like if my hand is the wrist, you're curling your rib cage as deeply around, like you're coiling around. Okay. Not the lower, just the upper for now. Eventually we'll play all over the spine, but for today, get this guy up there, kind of right in line. Not in your armpit, but you know, kind of close. So we just did this in roll up, so we don't want to overdo it. So we're going to only do a couple here. But wrap the thighs. Let's do Pilates V. Again, don't just think your feet. You have turned your foot out via the femur. Okay? Now, press into the band and drop your head. Now, fern curl or slap bracelet into your own breastbone as your arms go forward. Now, plug your shoulders away from your ears, still actively pushing the band to me. And then pull your ribs in to restack your spinal column. You can bend your elbows a smidge to take the tension off. And then we go again. Press. Let's exhale here. Drop the head and squeeze every drop of air out. I want you to stay there. Breathe into the band. Exhale. Squeeze your heels. Plug your shoulder blades and stack your spine back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Drop the head. Press. Pull your ribs completely into the band. Inhale into the band. Exhale, 3 things. Squeeze the heels, plug the shoulders deep in the ribs, and stack your spine back up. release. That is where your rollover comes from. Just so you know, the capacity of your thoracic cavity in your rib cage to curl is how you get over. Okay. So we grab our ball. We place it behind the knees and our feet lower to the floor. I know, because I've seen it. Y'all can fling your legs over. I get it. But you're going to get to move your legs, but then try to curl your rib cage like you just did. Arms close to the body. Your triceps might get a rude awakening here. Hug the arms into the midline. That means you actually feel muscle engagement when you squeeze your arms towards your side body. Release that so you feel the difference. And go again. Squeeze those arms. You got it, Connie, into the side body. Hugging the midline. And then keep hugging as you press your arms down into the mat. Oh, Nancy, you look great. Inhale, float the legs up towards you. Exhale, press and coil up and overhead. Press those wrists down. Inhale into your back space and exhale, roll down, pulling in and up, not down and out. Lynn, that was nice. That was good, ladies, gents. We go again. Inhale, feet, float up. Exhale, coil the spinal column. Coil it around your breastbone, around your heart. Inhale into your back, bend your knees, Lynn, press your wrists down. Exhale, articulate the descent. That always sounds really cool. Articulate your descent. Okay, we'll do one more. Inhale, float the legs up. That is 90% of the challenge, right? Coil your spine as you roll up. Big inhale into your back if you haven't already. Don't fling. Exhale, roll down 3. Roll down 2. Throat is long. 1. And release. Okay. While you're there, just take a minute, make fists. If you have any bling, turn it so you don't dig into your own skin. I want you to push your knuckles into the top of your femur where it meets your pelvis and just create as much space as you can. Hug your ankle bones together, hug your thighs together, hug your knees together. Depending on your build, maybe not all 3 points touch, but try. Say, can I get my thighs to touch, my knees to touch, my ankle bones to touch? So I'm going to bring this underneath here. Now walk your feet out a little further. There you go. Now bring your legs together and then hug your heels back in. There you go. So you're hugging. Now, here's the game. You're creating space. You're hugging. And I have now, surprise, I glued your legs together with real like gorilla level glue, And you're going to try and rotate against that. So for 10 seconds, here we go. You press into your fists and you try to pry your legs away from each other with a wrap. They don't go anywhere, but you're squeezing as you're wrapping. 2. Drop your tail feathers, Lynn. Keep pushing. There, you feel that? Release the engagement. Take a breather. And do it one more time. Okay? Stabilizing space that you're creating. So you're creating space with your fist right now. Hug those legs together. That'll kind of close off the groin. And then try to wrap the femurs from the top. You'll feel maybe your glutes engage, your sits bones hug. And you're doing this for 10 seconds while you breathe. Good. Keep wrapping. Keep hugging. Keep those thighs together, Jen. They separated. Yes. Now keep pressing and fern curl chin to chest. Did your pelvis tuck to you? See if you can drop it. See if you can reach your sits bones to the blue ball. 2. Yeah. Keep wrapping while you're hugging. That means you are literally advanced. And then lower your shoulders and your head all the way down. Nice work. Okay. Ball can come out. I want you to feel this. It's kind of a weird setup. You're going to take your band, bend your knees, and wrap up your butt. And you will then grab underhand with your knuckles reach to the ceiling. So I've said this before, as a teacher, I have all these different ways to cue you. And one of the 2 sides of the same coin I love is that I can either invite you to avoid something or lengthen into something, okay? So I could say, with your fist here, this is essentially the avoid, right? Like I'm pushing away. I'm pushing my femurs away, okay? In this, you're pulling into something. You're pulling into the band with your sits bones, okay? So you don't have your fists anymore. You're not an octopus. I'm so bummed about that. But If you had more arms, I'd have you push your fist there. I don't, but get that image in your muscles and reach your sits bones into the band. Drop your tail feathers. So yeah, think of exactly. So as tuck, everyone do this, tuck your pelvis. See how the pelvis comes towards you? That's not pushing into the band. Now drop your tail feathers. That's you pushing into the band. Let's do that again so that's really clear. Curl your pelvis under. That's the pelvis curling to you. Drop your tail feathers. Go the other way, Lynn. Drop your bum and push into that band. Do one more time. Curl the pelvis under. Yep. And then let me say it this way. Reach your sits bones into the band. That's the longest version of your low back that you can manage right now, okay? That's what we want. Good. Nice. Now take the band out and strap up both feet. And press all the way out. Okay? This is you standing again. Recognize that. If I could, I'd still have a band on your tush, just so you know. Okay? So hug the legs together. Wrap the thighs without the legs separating. Okay? And then take the right knee out towards you. Extend the leg up to the ceiling and turn the leg out. Now hold. Remember that band that was on your right sits bone a minute ago? Reach your right sits bone to your left heel. And here we go with circles. Across to the left, down, out to the right. Exhale, pull. And across. Down to the right, exhale, pull, and across. So your standing leg is stable. Exhale and pull up. One more across. Down to the right, exhale, reverse. Go out right. That right sits bone reaching to your left heel and right. Down, across, exhale, pull. Last two. Add hugging the midline for extra credit. And up, one more. Down, exhale and pull up. Place that foot back in the band. If your hands are getting tired, you can thoughtfully let go. Otherwise, draw that left leg in. Extend it to the ceiling. Turn the leg out. Take a minute. Reach your left sits bone to your right heel. Beautiful, Jen. And we move across to the right, down, out to the left. Exhale, pull. And across, down, out. Exhale, pull. And across, down, out, left. Pull in those abs. So as that leg travels, you're connected. Change direction. Go out left, down, across. Exhale, pull, and out, down. Exhale, pull. Last two. Good. Deepen. Now, these bands are also pulling your shoulder blades away from your ears. Pull up, bend the knee, place the foot in the band, chin to chest, hug the midline, and use it to do a roll-up. Breathe out. Oh, watch this. You don't even need me. Good. That's great. Go ahead and let go of the band with thoughtfulness. Lift your bums towards your heels for rolling like a ball. Sarah asked about this yesterday in Pilates Advanced, and I realized I need to be clear about this. It's the most confusing part of Pilates. Talking about the C curve. I'm saying I don't like to really use C curve because we kind of tend to default into tucking there to kind of create a C curve. What I'm actually asking the spine to do in rolling like a ball, lift, Heimlich, keep the space, and open up the back. It's very it's a lifted curve. The inside of a wave, I always love that image, like the tide's coming out and the water's coming in, and it's like, how much can you pull in determines how high the wave is. And we want it to be very high because we want you lifted out, okay? So I don't want you to think of it in that candy cane image I've spoken about. That's in like roll up, that's in spine stretch forward. But in rolling like a ball, we do essentially have a C curve, but I'm afraid to say that because of the way the C hooks underneath. I need you to think of the inside of a wave, and it's this lifted, lifted, lifted curve, okay? So with that, we're gonna use some tools to help us with that. You're gonna put squidgy right between the heels. And we're going to place the ball behind the calves. But because we're in turnout, you'll see it this time, okay? Remember your promise? Like, what is this? Solidarity, okay? You check this, you're there, you got it, okay? Now, squeeze squidgy And I don't want you to grab your shins. I want you to just wrap your arms around and grab your hands and wrap your thighs into your own arms. So you now have created some tension. Now lift out of your low back, lift your chin, lift your chest. This is flat. The tide comes out and the wave meets it behind. So lift up and over. You wrap your thighs to keep your low back safe during this. Now pull your ribs away from your thighs, lifting out of your low back. Good. And then release. Switch hands. Okay. Squeeze, squidgy. Wrap your thighs into your own arms. Feel that. Now lift out of your low back, lift your heart, lift your head, lift your chest. Good. Now here comes the tide. It pulls in right at our pubic bone. We pull our abs so deeply and we curl from the back body. Keep squeezing. Now you might have to inchworm a little, but see if you can lift your feet, keeping that lifted curve. Last step, hold your balance and plug your shoulders. You ready? Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock up. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock up. And yeah, don't lose any of your toys. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock up. Usually squidgy is sacrificial for starters, right? Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock up. If you keep your promise, you'll keep squidgy. One more. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock up. Balance. Now, you're going to lose your ball. It's okay. You're going to let go, reach your arms. Lift. Now from here, start to press your heels towards me. Oh, it's so insanely tough. Good. Now float your legs maybe a little higher, lift out of your low back, and then we lengthen both ends. The ball will probably block your gracious landing, but all the way down and release. Y'all. Oh, your calves. Cameron gets 3 million bonus points for that. Yeah, it's Element Spa. You redeem those with Gretchen. Yep, downstairs. Okay, set up your ball behind your shoulders, like behind your shoulder blades and kind of the upper half of your shoulder blades, not at the bra strap zone. For those of you wearing one, okay? Let your legs just bleh, first time all day that I'd let you do that. And then let your head go back. Hands can support your head if you want and need it, okay? Otherwise, the head just kind of falls back. You're letting the legs block. This is passive front body opening. Just, you've got a little support and then gravity is pulling on your bones. Okay? That's not what we do in Pilates, okay? We do the opposite of that. We lift out of the bones, all right? So start with the legs hugging together. This time, no more promise of the fist distance. Your promise is you're going to keep your legs together now. I'm just telling you, you don't even get to agree or not. You're just hugging the legs. Don't let them separate. And then wrap your thighs. That gives you space in your groin. Stack your hands behind your skull. And fern curl, slap bracelet, whatever cue gets you there. Skull lifts. And you deepen your breastbone towards the ball. Hug those ankle bones. They might not touch, but you're trying. So this time it's parallel, Jack. Yeah, hug, hug, hug. Beautiful. Everyone in the room, watch your own legs with this cue and lengthen your femurs through your feet. See how that looks kind of like dropping the tailbone? It's the same thing. It's great. All right, hugging the midline. We now peel the right leg away from the left. It so wants to be with its soulmate, but we're separating them. Okay? Oh shit, Nancy, so many extra points for you too. Now, extend like you're sliding it back in a sheath right next to the left leg. As you exhale, draw the left leg. It's like you're prying it away. Plug your shoulder blades. Everything should be working. And then press, sliding it back in its sheath. Hug the legs. Now try both. Both legs come in. They're hugging, you promised. Bend the knees in towards you. Now everyone, hang out there for a minute. Fern curl just a smidge deeper around your own breastbone. Plug your shoulder blades, legs together. They're hugging, you promised. And press the legs across the room. Good news, only one more. Draw the legs in. You're going to become aware of left-right wiggliness, right? Hold on to your center. Curl a little higher, Nancy. There it is. Exhale, press the legs. If I said last time, I lied. One more here. Promise, last time. Draw the legs in. Pull the abs deep. Lower your heels to the mat. And now slide your heels along the mat as you back bend over the ball. Ah. All right. You can gracefully dismount. Move the ball and bend your knees for a minute, just letting your spine recalibrate. Okay. We'll do one more exercise before we flip over onto our front. So we have to set up the band again behind the breastbone while you're lying down. So the easiest thing I figured is I actually just lay it on the mat at this point, and then I lay down on it. And I'm like, okay, there it is. This seems to be the easiest way, but you can get creative. And I always think of this band like the image of like a stork, how it carries a bit. It's like got the blanket, you know, and it's tied at the top, but it's holding this bundle. Okay. So you don't have to cross this time, but do bend your knees so your feet are flat. Okay. We're going to play with the band in 2 different positions with bridge. So push your arms straight up to the ceiling. Yep. Don't let go. And we bridge our hips up. Okay. Now, while you're up here, choke up on the band a couple of inches. Press those fists to the ceiling and pull your ribs into the band, one pair at a time. Throat is long, head is pressing back. And you reach your sits bones to your heels when you get to the bottom. Bend your elbows. Give your shoulders a break for a minute. Okay? So the stork comes in, it lifts our body up, and we lift up into bridge. Make sure you're at your ribs and not your low back, okay? Stork comes, kind of swoops your whole rib cage like a bundle of love. Now, reach your arms as far to the ceiling as you can, and then pull your ribs down one pair at a time. Throat is long because you're pressing your head back. Okay. And then your sits bones, like draw a line down your calves towards your heels. Whoa. Yay, good news. Only one more and I mean it. Last time, stork comes in, swoops your rib cage up into bridge. Take a moment. Press on the insides of your feet. Good. Hold that as you pull your ribs down into the mat, into the band, one at a time. Keep energy on the inside of the foot. Pull those ribs. Maybe they feel slightly different each side. Yay. And then you can bend your elbows. All right, so remove the band from there. And wrap it for the final time today around your tush. But it's actually more like the bottom of the bum. It's at the top of the leg. And once you have that set, you grab underhand 90 degrees. Okay. So it's not underneath your bum. It's on the bottom of your bum. So I should see the band, Nancy. You're not lying on it. It's going to be like this. Yep. 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 All right, so we've got this like 90-degree bend in our elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades back to open your collarbones. And knit your ribs into the mat. Reach your sits bones to your heels, which will give you a smidge of tension in the band. All right, here we go. Bridge your hips up. Maybe not too high because you'll feel the band slide to your tush, but just enough where it's still a band. And then lengthen your ribs into the mat, reaching your sits bones to your heels. So at the very bottom, there's a bunch of tension on that band. Okay. Release maybe a little bit of your pull on the band, bridge up. Exhale, roll your ribs down and start to pull on the band with your fists as you roll your spine down, lengthening your sits bones to your heels. I'm going to layer in one more cue. We'll see if it lands. Might be overwhelming the brain, but we'll see. So release the pull on the band a little, lift the hips up, just one more. Okay. Now start to pull on the band as you roll down one bone at a time. Can you wrap your thighs? And create space in front of that pelvis. That's the goal anyway, okay? Pelvis all the way down. Y'all are the best. Go ahead and take the band off and flip over onto your front with the band lying under your breastbone, underneath your chest. So it's like lined up with Zyphy. Okay, smuggle mine up a little bit. And you just leave the straps there for me to go around and stork your heart. Okay, you don't have to do anything with the band once it's set up. You're going to stack your hands underneath your forehead. Get it up below your chest, Sarah. So it's below the chest line. Kind of like, so if I pull on it, it won't pull on your chest. Yeah, okay, good. All right, great. So here we go. You've got your hands stacked underneath your forehead. I'm going to let you enjoy passiveness. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, let the femurs feel heavy, the pelvis, the breastbone, nice Connie, the skull. Breathe into your back space. I'm right in your space here, you two. Breathe in. As you exhale, let the femurs be heavy, the pelvis be heavy, the breastbone be heavy, the head is heavy. Inhale, breathe in. Now imagine the band is like your obliques. As you exhale, your pelvis gets heavy, but you knit your ribs. Your breastbone is heavy, your head is heavy. Good. Inhale into your back. As you exhale, the bottom half, legs, pelvis is heavy. You knit your ribs, squeezing the air out. Breastbone heavy, head heavy. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, femurs and pelvis are heavy. Knit your ribs. Your breastbone's heavy. Your head is heavy. Good. Switch hands on top. Okay. So we're starting to find deeper connections than just our big muscles. So breathe in. In your space, breathe. And then as you exhale, the pelvis and the femurs are heavy. Lift your chest, lift up for a minute. This sounds like it doesn't pull on your chest. Okay, and then so you're going to pull your ribs in, but your breastbone and your head is heavy. Good. Inhale into your back. Good. And then exhale, pelvis heavy, knit the ribs. Breastbone is heavy, skull is heavy. Good. And one more, breathe in. Exhale, breastbone, pelvis heavy, knit the ribs, head heavy. Right. And then release. Go ahead and lift yourself up on your forearms now. So just like I talked about the inside of a wave, when we're round, it's happening in the back when we go to extend. So this outside line. So fist, let's separate the fist, hips, shoulder distance. Press your fist down and lift your chin and your chest. Think of an image. This is a slightly different than a wave because you can extend as much as you want as long as you're supporting the outside. Think, okay, tire. You need the tire to be taut or else you'll have a blowout, right? So the air pressure is pushing on the inside of the tire, but the outside is what gives it its shape. So that's the front of you, and you're filling up as you lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Abs lift. Inhale. Bring your elbows in, Jen. Elbows in. Yeah, and fist a little out. Good. Press your pinky side down, lifting your chest out of the water. You've got 2 inches of height, Jack, that you're hiding from me. Lift your chin. There it is. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. One more each. Lower. Exhale. And sink yourself back onto your heels. Little child's pose action. Okay. Okay. So I want you to bring yourself up, and now you can just kind of kneel on your band. And you grab on the band where your arms are straight. So you don't have to choke up, but the length of your arm being straight will dictate where you grab. Okay? Connie, you're doing awesome. And make sure you're kneeling on it fully so it doesn't pop up back at you. All right. Pull your abs in, lift. Here's the things I want you to feel with you lifting. And turn, Nancy, your palms so they fit. Yeah, like grab the other way. It's not even that big of a deal, but it'll help with where you press. Okay, here's what's happening. You are wrapping and pressing your pubic bone and your hip bones forward so that your glutes wake up. So grab a little lower, Lynn, so your arms can be straight. Yeah. Okay, so do y'all feel that? Like when you wrap, it's like, oh, now release that. Okay, and now pull your abs in so it goes from like 0 to, okay, I'm engaged. Y'all feel a little engaged? Now add like 10% more. Say, oh, I'm going to pull in a little bit more. Hold on to that and match your hip glute press with your abs. So they're both working the same. Now you're not moving. It's like, where do I breathe with all this holding? Your ribs. Breathe into the back of them. Okay. So we inhale, press back, fingers towards the floor. Hold. Turn your head to the right. I hope you don't lose your ab engagement. Turn your head to the left. Center. Exhale. You get to do it again. Find your connections though. Inhale. Hold your breath. Fingers reach to the floor. Turn your head to the left. Hold chest expansion. Turn your head to the right. Center. Exhale. Reach. Again. Inhale. Hold. Turn your head to the right. Head to the left. Are you holding all the connections I asked you to? Center. Exhale. Return. Last one, if you can. Sorry, I missed it. Turn your palms to face. Holding onto the band, but turn your palms this way. Last time. Inhale. Hold. Can you reach your arms a little straighter? Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Look center. Keep reaching the fingers to the floor. Exhale. Return. Yeah. So good. Okay. So go ahead and sit now, facing the front. We've gone a smidge out of order, but I wanted to wake up some stuff. This is too weird to set up. It just is. But when we do this exercise, yeah, don't do it because we're going to, we can do it. Do it. I just realized we can do it. So wrap your ribs. Guinea pig time. Thank you. I should have you all sign like legit waivers before every class. We're going to guinea pig stuff. Elaine just came up with an idea. Okay, so we're going to saw just to one side to start. Okay, now the important part here is that you're grabbing underhand. And actually, this is so great. 20 years I've been describing this, and now I've always said, imagine you have a puppet string here, and it's being pulled through you, and that's literally what you get to feel. So you lift. Your right hand is back. Your left arm is out to the side. This right shoulder has got to be rolled forward for it to be safe. Other right shoulder. Yeah, good. Twist to the right. Exhale, reach to your right pinky toe as you gently extend your right arm, pulling on the band. Pushing it to the ceiling. 2. Keep pulling your ribs away from the band. 1. Inhale, stack up, come center. Actually, we'll switch for the sake of your shoulder. Reach out to the side, lift, twist to the left. Exhale, pull your ribs in as you extend that left arm. It might feel like a totally different body. Root your sits bones. 2. Plugging your shoulders. 1. Inhale, stack up, switch. With the right hand, left arm goes out to the side. Lift out of your low back, up, twist to the right. Exhale, extend that right arm fully. If you've choked up too much, next time, don't do that. You want to be able to extend that arm fully. Press 2, plugging your shoulders. 1, inhale, stack up. Nice, Connie. You pulling this off at home, extra credit for you too. Twist to the left. Exhale, extend that left arm palm to the ceiling. Now you're pulling your ribs away from that band, anchoring your right hip. 2 and 1, lift up. You can let go of the band, zip the legs together, and roll yourself back to the mat. Oh, that looks so good. So fantastic. All right. So it's time for jackknife. You're going to set squidgy up right in between your ankle bones. Okay? Jack, I'm going to give you a smidge thicker pillow. Yes. Good. I'm going to give you a little pillow. Let's get some pillows out. I always feel like the Easter bunny when I grab this basket. Let's see, hug the ankle bones together. There we go. You're good. You got a squidge. You got a squidge. I'm going to give you a little more. There you go, ankle bones. So it's going to be these guys hugging. That's why you get the big pillow. Toes don't touch. You want big one or little one? Okay.
Anything a little bit.
Ankle bones. So this is going to go right here.
Oh.
Yep. Good. And it's going to go right between, or these malleolas, something. You need a pillow. What are these called? Malleola?
Malleoli.
Yeah, malleoli. You're good. You're good. All right. Your goal is to not drop this on your head when we go overhead. So Connie, just so you know, you get a close up of my ankles here. It's going between the ankle bones. Here, I'll use a green one so you can see. Sorry, my bum's in your face too. That. So it's like right between your ankle bones. I love Zoom for that because you can like literally zoom into your own joints and be right up in someone's space and also not. It's awesome. Okay. I'll use a pillow just for squidgy. All right. So I want you, before you go down, you're hugging that. And then you feel how the knees and the thighs all move together. Do not lose your hug and wrap your thighs, working against yourself. And if you start to shake, awesome. All right, reach your arms, roll back. Once your head goes down, you press right into the mat, roll up and overhead. Hug squidgy and wrap your thighs. Jackknife your legs to the ceiling. Bring the legs back slightly and control your descent. Throat is long. Your arms are absolutely playing their part in the symphony support. Reach the legs, inhale on a high diagonal. Here we go. Exhale, hug, lift up and over. Head presses back, arms press down. Inhale, jackknife the legs up. And can you lengthen your descent? Remember the band at the bottom of your tush? That's what you're stretching to me. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll up and overhead. Hug your ankle bones. Inhale, jackknife up. Lift. Nice, Connie. Hug the midline with the arms. Exhale, roll down for 3. For 2. Lengthening the spine. 1. Only 1 more. Exhale. They're dropping now. It's like, oh man, up and over. Jackknife up. Lengthen the throat and lengthen your spine for 3. Breathing is good for you. 2 and 1 and release. Oh, y'all are the best. Very, very good. Okay. So we're going to try a little bit of kneeling side kick, which is a smidge more advanced, but I want you to come back up on your knees to face me to start so we get the basics of this down. Okay. You're going to come back up. And I want you to wrap the band. This is just below your tush. Okay. And I want you to pull this band so it pulls your femurs forward a little bit. Okay. So you're pushing, the band is pulling, and that's what's kind of helping invite your pubic bone forward. Okay. Now, again, if you were an octopus, you all stay there. We'd have another band right here. And we'd be pulling back. So I want you now, as you push your bones forward, pull your ribs back. Okay? You're going to do this in about a minute. And then release. Okay? So now you switch to this position. As much range, or as much, not range, but all of it exposed as much as possible. Surface area, that's the word. Your arms are straight. You pull into the band and you feel your ribs pull back. Okay? Test of shoulder bendability. Yep. So palms are facing this way. Now push your hips forward as much as possible as you pull your ribs in, as you pull the band in. Good. And then release. Okay? So those two, the third is capping the shoulder blades, but that is how you support your torso, your core, and all this. Okay, so band can go to the side, turn to face the towers. Hips are forward, ribs are in, and we set up like I'm a little teapot. Hand behind the head, right hand off to the side. These 2 points stay as connected as possible, like they're sandwiching each other. And we tip over and pour out as our left femur lifts. Extend the leg and bring it to the floor. Okay, that's all the fanciness. Now let's get back to Pilates. Your pubic bone and hips are coming towards me as you pull the ribs to the window, especially that right hip. Push that right hip to me as your ribs pull to the window. Now press your head back, lengthening your throat. As you exhale, lift the leg up the height of your body. Exhale, lower it back down. 2 more, float it. Abs are deep, you are strong. Exhale, lower, back down. 1 more lift, pull the leg in front of you and bring the leg behind you. Pull those abs deep, Nancy. Pull the leg forward. Oh, look at the stability. And pull the leg back. Your head is pressing into your hand for yet another support position. 1 more, pull forward. That exchange of resistance keeps you stable. Press back, bend the knee, tip back up. Yay! And we set up our Pilates body first. Hips forward, abs in. Feel those working at the same intensity. And then I'm a little teapot to the left. Here we go. Tip over. The knee lifts. You extend and lower the leg to the floor. Hold. Now press your hips forward, especially that left one, and pull your ribs in. Finally, press your head back and see if you can get down on the wrist, Nancy, versus, the joints, the fingers. Now lift the right leg up and lower back down. Abs are in, you're breathing. Lift up and lower back down. 1 more, lift up, abs deep. Find your connection points and pull the leg forward. Let your toes point, Lynn, on that bottom foot, and then pull back. There you go. And pull the leg forward. Same with you, Cameron, if you want to point your left toes. And back. Legs moving, spine is not. 1 more, get those hips forward, Jack. And back. Bend the knee, untip. Bring yourself back up, and then turn to face me. Very last one. Very last one. That's kneeling side kick. Love it. That one's so much fun. I don't teach it enough. Okay, so you're wrapping up. It's your last one. We did this yesterday in Pilates Advanced here. You've got to make sure your hand stays down. Okay, it's kind of important. Or else you're going to get a little bop in the face with your band. It's around your ribs, and you drop your head and you round your back. Okay. Yeah. Pull the band. How deeply can you fern curl into that band? That's what I'm wondering. Okay. Now you're going to flex your feet, AKA put your toes into the mat, and then walk your knees forward 2 inches. Okay, good. Now flatten the back out, tabletop. Yep. And then we curl up, we pull in, we round so much. Now hold, wrap your thighs, plug your shoulders, and hover your knees a centimeter off the floor. Sorry, Jen. Pull in deep. Now the legs, they're just hanging from a supported, lifted pelvis. Keep pulling your ribs up. Keep plugging your shoulders. 3, 2, lower the knees, lift the chin, the chest. You can take the band off. Hike yourself back into something that looks like downward dog. And then we make it Pilates. We pull our ribs up. And this time we elephant. We walk our feet to our nose without bending our knees. What? Now, right when you get your feet as far forward as you can, soften your knees and show off your tail feathers, AKA wrap your thighs. Now here, this is the most important part. Pull your abs in so much that you pull up and away from the floor, not with the back being loaded, but with the back being fully supported. Roll up. You take yoga, bring this with you. Okay, you're pulling up. Then the bones just stack. Wow. You're done. Very nice work. Thank God. Very nice. Very, very good.
It's like Class is like whose line is it anyway? Props. You ever watch that show?
Oh my gosh, a long time ago.
All the different props.
And they also give away 10 million points all the time, don't they? Is that the show? You get 10 million points for that.
Yep.
Wayne Brady and who else? Was it Wayne Brady that hosted too? Drew Carey, definitely.
Yeah, then they were like stand-up comedians, just like.
Yeah, it was awesome. And they just be like here, and it was that improv. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it is like improv.
I like it.
Good. Nice work, everybody. Oh, this is where I got to turn off the recording.